The Joe Rogan Experience.
We're good? All right, we're live. Sort of.
Sort of live.
We're rolling. We're rolling.
We're rolling.
We're rolling, dog. So we were talking about the game. We stopped because we figured this is probably good for the podcast.
Right.
So Ari finally paid off the bet.
Ari paid it off in a big way, man.
Big way.
In a big way. So if you remember, when we were doing the weight loss challenge, it was like whoever wins decides the sporting event. We're all sports fans, basically, you know. And I said at the time, I was like, let's go see Barcelona. I think I wanted to see Barcelona play Paris in some tournament cup, some tournament that they were playing in. And I was like, two of the premier teams, and it would be fun to go to Europe and make Ari pay for it, you know.
Yeah.
So I told him that, and he was like, I'm going to like fucking Malaysia, and he just left. So never heard from him again. And 4 months later, you know how it all played out. And so when he got back, he was getting fucking slammed by people because he was supposed to pay up this bet, you know.
Right.
And people were destroying him. You know that. I mean, online they were just like, "Welcher, you're a piece of shit." Probably worse than that. But anyways, once we got to like hanging out. Oh, once we did the Sober October thing, he was just like right before that. Actually, I think he was like, which means like, "What do you want to do?" Right? And I go, well, how about, he's like, you pick the event. I go, I'm a big college football fan. Let's go to the national championship game. And I remember at the end of 2013 season, 2014, FSU and Auburn played in the Rose Bowl out here. And Bert's an FSU alum. I'm a big FSU fan. I was like, let's go to the game. And I remember that we met, it was like, we got somebody who had student, because they both always in the national championship, they allow students to go to the game for pretty expensive, much less than the general public can go for. In other words, because you want students to have the ability to go to see their school play. So we got like student tickets for, I think they were $350 each. And that's pretty expensive, especially for a student. But I remember Bert treated me. He bought the ticket from me. And we went to that game, and he left at fucking halftime of the national championship game.
Why'd he leave?
He was, I'm tired. I got to see the kids. I've been drinking. He just left. It was one of the best.
He just left you there?
Yeah, we were sitting in separate sections. But I was like, "Are you fucking?" I was like texting him. He was like,
"So you were
I'm
by
home."
yourself, and he was by himself."
Yeah. He knew more people at the game because a lot of his friends that he went to school with were at the game too. But I'm like, "You're gone? Did you just see the kickoff return? That just the lead just like swung?" And he was like, "I'm at home." I was like, all right, psycho. So
weird.
So weird. I gave him shit for it. I still give him shit for it. And it ended up being just this amazing finish. So anyways, when I tell Ari I want to go to this, I'm kind of thinking that's the ballpark, like, because that's the only experience I have. So the game's in Atlanta. He buys tickets, and I'm like, I go, you're not flying me, coach. You know that. He's like, no, you're the champ. You go first. Bert gets coach. He goes,
Bert gets coach.
Bert gets coach, and I'll get him a seatbelt extension. And I'm like, all right, cool. But Bert ended up going from somewhere else. So anyways, he bought the ticket. He got an Airbnb, a really nice house, for a few days in Atlanta. And then it's the big thing is game day. And I'm thinking like, oh, that's cool that you got these tickets and you got, but I think it's like reasonable. And then we get to the stadium. It was a total fucking disaster to get in because Trump went to the game. So it was raining, it was wet, Secret Service everywhere, 2-hour lines to get into the venue. And I paid a security guy, $100 to walk us through the line, which was almost impossible because it was so packed. But I don't know, he just started walking us through the line, like in front of people. People were yelling at the security guy, which was like so uncomfortable because he's like a young black kid, and like old white people were like, the fuck are you doing? He's like, I'm security. And they're like, you're not security, you piece of shit. Like right in front of us. And I was like, God damn. Like I just have never seen someone flip out like that. What we were doing was highly unethical. We shouldn't have done it. But like we just weren't going to wait in that line. And then Bert in a crowd like that, he's like, it's okay, I'm famous. We're famous guys, like yelling that to people, which is like,
no,
like,
he didn't.
Oh, absolutely. He's like, everywhere we went, if we went to a restaurant, they would come up and be like, hey, can I get you guys something to drink? And he'd be like, do you recognize us? They were like, what?
Was he serious?
I mean, I think it's part of his, like, whatever style, and they were like, "I'm sorry."
So part of a joke or part of kind of a joke?
I think
but
he's
not
joking,
100%?
but not. He's like halfway in the middle because one time he was like, "We're famous comedians," and the lady was like, "Oh, I know who you are," and he was like, "Isn't it awesome being famous, guys?" And I'm like, "Shut up."
And he
dude."
was serious?
I mean, he's like half serious.
Oh,
He's
so
like
weird.
but it's like you see him in his element. It's like him with crowds is really like you realize he really enjoys it. Like he really enjoys the large groups. He enjoys being recognized. He fucking like sometimes we were walking and people were like, "Hey, you're the guy. I've seen you on Facebook." He's like, "You want a picture?" And they were like, "Okay."
Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
Bert.
yeah, he loves it. He loves it. And then we were talking about how like people would say like, "Tom," and I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Hey," and then they would walk away. They wouldn't come over to me. They were like, "Hi," and then they'd walk another way. But with Bert, they're like, "Can I hug you?"
They take their shirt off. They
Oh
sing
yeah,
together.
they love it, and he's like in his glory with it. It's perfect. So, anyways, we get through this horrific line into this unbelievable $1.6 billion stadium that they built in Atlanta. I mean, it's fucking amazing. It's such a beautiful, just standalone stadium. You know, it's so state of the art. It's incredible. We get in there. Ari got us 50-yard line, so right in the middle, like 20 rows back. I'm like, these are fucking amazing. Like, you couldn't ask for better seats. It has like some club access for like free booze, free food, catered food, prime rib. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, how much did you pay for these tickets? And he's like, I go, yeah, I want to know. $3,500 each.
Whoa.
I was like, Ari, are you fucking shitting me? He's like, how to do it? Oh, yeah. But he fucking spent over 10 grand on tickets for us.
Wow.
Man. Yeah.
Wow.
Unreal, man.
That's amazing.
I mean, those are great seats, dude. Like, those are absolutely amazing seats.